In studio with me is Smangele Sigasa, who is from ACFS Community Education, that is representing Limpopo. Representing Gauteng on the line with me is Phetole Raseropo, the Seedling guy. So good to meet him finally. And he is representing the P Agricultural Group in Gauteng, as I'd mentioned. And also online with us via Zoom is Neziswa and Mlenzana, I beg your pardon, who is representing Ngxanga School Garden in the Eastern Cape province of South Africa. Welcome to you all. Welcome, Smangele, in studio, and welcome to you all online as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting us.
Can you hear us, guys?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for this lovely opportunity.
Thank you very much for joining us. A pleasure to have you on the show. Smangele, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Before we talk about the competition and celebrating you in the top 3 and all that beautiful stuff, talk to us about your community garden and the work that you are doing.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'm really going to speak on behalf of an organization that started over 75, close to 80 years ago, wherein we started as a feeding scheme. So we are an organization that predominantly focuses on, nutrition and nutritional support linked to the food gardens. So I will be speaking on behalf of ACFS Community Education.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did it start? I mean, I like that you gave us a bit of history in terms of starting as a food.
Yes, a feeding scheme.
Feeding scheme, I beg your pardon.
Yes.
And how did you evolve into the space of actually gardening and growing your own food?
Yes. So the organization was established by Trevor Huddleston, and it was established in 1945. And in the past, 1945, poverty was measured with, children going out without a plate of food. But then as we evolved, we understood that poverty is linked to so much more than just, securing a plate of food. That's where interventions such as your, food gardens were introduced in our spaces, wherein we are growing food to create food security, not only for our children, but for young people that, are primary custodians of these households in our communities.
Right. Yeah. Trevor Huddleston, what a big figure in our history.
Yeah.
He introduced people to Christianity. He
Sure.
introduced people to music.
Yes.
What a hero. What a hero for South Africa.
Yes.
And to hear his name so many decades later is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, Phetole, as well. Let's talk to us about that. You are the Seedling guy. And I've seen your work on TikTok. You do such amazing things. Talk to us about P Agricultural Group and the work that you do there.
So P Agricultural Group was established in 2024. So what initially happened before, I was an intern at the Department of Agriculture, where I learned where I became like an extension officer. But when I got there, I learned that most of the farmers were mostly using indigenous knowledge. And with that being said, when I saw that also young people also rely on indigenous knowledge, but now there was no growth in the space of agriculture, particularly that would make young people to participate more and also believe in agriculture. So with that being said, got discovered in South Africa with the work that I was doing in the community, and also other corporate also as well that also saw the work that I was doing. So since from 2024 up until date, I've trained almost I'll say maybe close to 2,000 young people in Gauteng and also outside Gauteng also as well. And also we've been able to contribute in a space of community gardens, whereby we teach young people to grow their own food, but also create markets for themselves. So we've also done, as every year we do what you call the ugly potato sale, where we sell our produce at an affordable price.
Okay. Very, very interesting. Let's cross to the Eastern Cape now. I love that this competition is cross-province, so that the various people involved can also inspire one another. I think it's wonderful. Neziswa? Neziswa Mlenzana is joining us, and she is representing Ngxanga School Garden. Welcome to the show. Talk to us about your particular school garden.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. So our school garden was established in 2022 by a group of young people from my here in the modern Mount. So we met an organization that was offering trainings in agroecology, and then they were also part of the Social Employment Fund Institute. So as part of that program, we had to find a space where we would farm a neutral space in the community. So we chose the school. We understood that, children, if they get to grow their own vegetables, then they will fall in love with vegetables. And also we saw it as a platform to transfer skills among the children. That program lasted for 6 months, and when they left, we decided that we need to continue this work and register it as a non-profit company. So we've been at it since then. We also introduced seedlings. We also grow seedlings. We do it here at KZN in all East London, which is now called Compo. So they then become expensive because they're getting, and now people from our community, they get.
Okay, Nancy, we're battling a little bit with your line.
One of the, hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perhaps you can move around like a little bit because we are battling with your line. So, but while you're fixing that, I want to come back to you, Phetole. Talk to us about just the number of people that you are helping through this project, and anything you'd like to share around the impact that your agricultural group has had in your community. Yes, Phetole, you can go ahead.
Yes, so in our community, we have been able to transition young people from a base of agriculture is not just weeding only, but now we're changing the whole narrative about agriculture. So and also it's not a far-fetched dream, I'm using agriculture also as a stepping stone to breed hope, but also to close the gap in education also as well. Because in as much as we don't have accreditation, but that does not limit us from doing the work also as well. So it's just showing also young people that it is possible, and also you can make a change where you are and work with what you have.
Smangele, let's talk about just some of the skills that the community members have acquired through the community garden project.
So we do have a youth economic empowerment skills development program that focuses on young people, and these young people are primary custodians of these children that we serve. The reason why we are not necessarily moving away from the feeding scheme or the nutritional support is because we are faced with a scourge of malnutrition in our country, and how a better way of sustaining a livelihood with having a food garden. So how we do this, we have a course that runs up till 4 months where we acquire young people from ages 18 to 35, and what we do is that we have a food production course wherein we train them on how to start growing food from humble beginnings, and post that process we take them into formal markets, because we are hoping to create employability. And for them to start something of their own. We are really our branding, where we're saying that we are a sustainable livelihood that are led by young people. We understand that majority of these young people are primary caregivers of these young children. So through the other interventions that we are doing that go hand in glove with the nutrition program that we have, the learning development program, and all the psychosocial issues that we focus on, food security sits at the central, because post those interventions organizations, these kids go to a household, and when they go to a household that is empowered, wherein they themselves are growing something and approaching formal markets to secure a livelihood for them, we are saying, and we are proud to say, that as an organization we are bringing empowerment for the entire community as ACFS Community Education.
All right.
Yeah.
Such a leader. I love it. I love it. Okay, I believe Nezi is back on the line with us. Neziswa, can you hear us? I think we can hear you.
I can.
Okay, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly, Sissy. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the importance of food gardens for children, getting them outside, getting them to plant and see their own food grow. What have been some of the other benefits that you can mention around how the community garden, especially for the school that you are serving in the Eastern Cape, what are some of the beautiful progressive things that you have seen from this project?
What I've seen is that our garden has attracted partners like Food and Treats for Africa. We're able to secure an EduPlan program that ran for 2 years in our school, where we combine 5 schools, teachers, community members, and three students to attend workshops, learn about agroecology, learn how to grow food, learn how to make beds, mulching, protecting the environment, and learn about climate change and water preservation methods. So that has been one of the highlights. And some other highlights that we've experienced was during Abba Week, where 3 schools got a total of 130 trees to plant in the school, indigenous and fruit trees. So that was really amazing. And the students have gone on to start their own food gardens in their homes, and we give them access to seedling, seeds, and planting nutrition and equipment. It has really become something that is a highlight in our community, because something like this has never been done before, and we just love to see kids ask for more seedling, ask for more seeds, and we love the fact that it has sparked interest in them, and we really see a future in this case that some of them are going to take up agriculture as a career.
Okay, that's wonderful. I like that you also have a bigger picture of looking at what is possible for the youngsters when they leave school and how they can continue to participate in agriculture or the grand space of the value chain, as it were. Phetole, let's talk about the competition. I think, just in the interest of our Zoom time, I'd love us to get into that. Talk to us about your experience, how you got to enter the Shoprite food garden competition. And let's start there. How did you get to find out about the competition and your decision to enter?
So it's actually funny. So and interesting. So one of the ladies that I assisted, and also one of the farmers that I also was assisting, they reached out to me. They're like, you'd be the perfect fit for this competition. And sometimes when you are let down most of the time, they're like, no, I believe this is the time you need to start entering for this competition, because you are the perfect fit for it. So I think it was in late November, December. I was like, let me give it a try, because also there was a lot of work that we were doing also on the ground. But the competition was to show also young people that I'm working with also the impact of the work that we are doing in the community also as well. Like it goes a long way, in the sense that if it starts with you, imagine where it can end also as well. So it was just to also show young people that we are working with, that how powerful the work that we are doing in the community, but also in South Africa also as well, national also as well, and how big the work that we are doing.
Okay. And for you, Nezi, how did you get to enter your school into the competition?
Okay, so we saw the adverts on Facebook, saw it a couple of times. Then we decided that, you know what, we should enter. So when we opened the form, we discovered that the form was not tedious. It was quite easy. Telling Adele that I appreciate that your form was not tedious. So we entered, and then we decided to wait. And then when we received the call and January that we're in the top 10, I remember we were screaming. It was really exciting. We entered because we thought it was relevant to what we were doing, and if ever we were going to win, it was going to be such an assurance and an inspiration and a motivator to the people that we work with and within our community, that what you are doing here is recognized nationally, and what you are doing here is important to an extent that there are sponsors that are willing to put money in it. So actually, for us to win was just amazing. It was just a stamp that you are going in the right direction, and what you're doing really makes sense, and it's making an impact in our community.
Absolutely. Okay, I think our Zoom is gonna cut us off. So I'm gonna have to let go of the both of you. Phetole, thank you very much for joining us. All the best. I think it is a competition, but the fact that you're a finalist means that you are doing something so meaningful. So best of luck to you and the P Agricultural Group. Neziswa as well, Mlenzana joining us and representing Ngxanga School Garden in the Eastern Cape. Thank you very much to the both of you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you. We're going to be keeping an eye on the work that you are doing overall, even outside of this competition. I think the work continues. So for you, Smangele, since you and I are in studio together,
yes,
let's talk about, what do you think it was about your education space that put you in the finalists list?
Yes. So I'm thinking our strategy is driven by the SDG goals, number 1 to number 8. So we are really speaking to social ills, right? Not only food security, but all these other, things that are happening in our communities that are enabling our children to reach their full potential. We have this awesome executive director, her name is Mama Beetha Magoge, that came up with this strategy to say that we cannot help a community or a child just in one sphere. We really need to make a full puzzle where these children are getting, all the food security they need, all the education they need, also all the psychosocial interventions they need. Now, for the food, competition from Shoprite, Act of Change, the reason why I think we made it to this is because we were able to show a garden that is sustainable, right? And I mean, what Shoprite is talking about is that they are wanting to have a sustainable, food garden in a community, and that is in essence what ACFS community education does. Can I just say on the record, we are not just operating in Limpopo, we are in 4 provinces. We recently moved to KZN.
Wonderful.
So we have 8 centers in Gauteng. We have a center in the Free State, Bothaville. We also have a center in Zebediel where we won. We called it, we named it Kunadi Center. We named it after our executive director because she's the one, or she's the mastermind behind the strategy. Now we're moving to KZN because this is where we understand that the need is really rife in these, other surrounding communities outside Gauteng. Our gardens are sustainable. Young people get the best, of practical experiences in our spaces because we have large spaces as well. But also children that access our centers in the communities are in the, advantage of witnessing something that is started from close to nothing to something that is going to feed them. Not only to feed them, but because we are experiencing so much malnutrition in our country, that is going to get them into a healthy position.
100%.
Now that means that they're going to learn more and secure a life for themselves, because if they secure education for themselves, through being healthy with a good cognitive thinking from the nutrition support that they get from our organization, it means that we saved a child, and saving one child can really save a community. Saving a community saves a society, and if we save the society, we are in a position to say that we are one of those people that are saving our country and securing a sustainable livelihood for our country, for our children, and for our young people.
Everything you said. Everything you said.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, so
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what sustainability means to your organization.
Yeah.
What does it look like? What does it mean?
Sure.
And not just for now. Obviously, you've got a much bigger goal.
Yeah, so sustainability is huge for us, because sustainability means that we are securing food for not only our children but households that are in and around. But also we have this element of social enterprise where we constantly have market days and we sell to our communities. Guess who is in the primary line of selling these produce they started? It's the young people. We also have an intervention where we are plunking our young people to formal markets. So that is sustainability, Mama Macheke. Because we are saying that not only are we securing from 0 to 18, but also for young people that are unemployed, that are so demotivated in our communities. So now in introducing them into these skills transfer, we are also showing them that life can still continue without having a proper job by starting something of their own. So that is sustainability for us. And we are really trying to curb poverty in all senses.
Okay, first of all, I would be a horrible judge. Oh my goodness, because who must win and who mustn't? Oh my goodness. All the gardens are doing such important work.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I really wouldn't want to be a judge for at this particular time, because the work is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Back to the competition.
Sure.
Let's talk about what winning would mean for you, because I think what is wonderful about this competition is it's not just about the money. The money is great, but there are other capacity building tools that you could possibly, win or gain from winning the competition. So what would it mean to win?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that we already are winners right now. So we are sitting on first place. ACFS was voted as number 1. So I think we really ticked the box there, and we are really speaking the same language as Shoprite Active Change. But really, in essence, with this honorable gift that we got as an organization, we are planning to have an exit plan for our young people. Exit plan would mean that post their graduation, actually we are graduating a second cohort now on the 20th of March, and winning is us securing them with all the resources and the materials they need. It's all well and fine for us to say that young people should start something of their own, but because they're unemployed, with what are they going to start something of their own? So winning means securing them with all the necessary materials and workshops further than what they acquired from the certificate, plonking them and putting them together with the formal markets so that they can get all the other resources that we cannot necessarily afford. I know that Shoprite Act of Change is saying that the price is going to be in support of all the things that we need in that food garden, and it's really an honor to say that with this prize that we attained, this is us ACFS really now going into the actual community and helping these young people, which are primary custodians and family households of these children that access our services from Monday to Tuesday, for them to be fully equipped. Now, it's going to be such an honor for us to speak and visit these young people one day after they attained a land and they formed their own cooperative, and now they have their food garden that is lashing and all secured and supported, to also create something that is sustainable for other people that are unable to reach our interventions as ACFS community education.
Well, congratulations. It actually
Thank you
does
so
say
much.
here that you are first place. And then second place is the P Agricultural Group.
Sure.
Okay, with Phetole, whom we just spoke to. Third place is Neziswa's establishment, Ngxanga School Garden in the Eastern Cape. Yes, our first place indeed.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
for
you
that.
so much.
Is this going to then assist you, just to elaborate on your response, is it going to assist in your expansion plans in the various other provinces where you are?
100%. And also, I think I need to mention that the support is also going to put us in a position to reach more young people. It's going to put us in a more resourced position wherein we say that everything that we are talking about from class, the course, the class where we are giving the theory to the young people, but also to the practicals that young people are able to access. We have a number of impact stories that we share in our social media, wherein these young people are in a position to speak to the program themselves and what they already managed to establish as young people. In Kunadi, we already have a group of people that are wanting to form a cooperative, and they already have plans.
Beautiful.
See, this prize is coming at a plan, at a time where these young people already have plans. And what an honor to be an organization that is a bearer of these beautiful news to these young people, to say that there is actually hope, and these are the materials that are going to help you in all the plans that you had throughout your growing up with a community that is not even promising a job, but now you're attained with these skills, you can actually start something of your own. Of your own.
Just out of interest, what has been the favorite crop to grow
spinach
amongst the young people?
Oh, spinach. We are big on spinach.
Right.
So our food production course entail a number of other vegetables and herbs that we grow, but spinach is one of amongst many the predominant one, because remember, we need to speak also to communities or to the market that we are selling to, because I mentioned that we are also a social enterprise where we are also trying to secure sustainability for the organization and for the young people. But spinach is one. Vegetables, tomatoes are also amongst others, and onions, spring onions are quite famous, that go hand in glove with the spinach. So we are almost known as a spinach hub, right? And I'm really hopeful that the people that are listening, even yourself, one day you can actually visit one of our centers here in Gauteng.
Absolutely.
Or also maybe visit our other 3 provinces, like I mentioned.
Okay, it's beautiful how professionally you have set up the scheme as well. So www.acfs.org.za. Okay, there is an about page that tells you about how they've dedicated their lives and their work to development and the protection of this work, the various programs, the team. All the information is on that website. You are a star. Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for finding the space. I think beyond the fact that you are going to benefit, it's so beautiful to use your organization as an example for others on the African continent that would like to start cooperatives, that would like to start community gardens, that, just start. Even if it's just as a feeding scheme. Just start. You never know. You could have your own website, and have all sorts of plans for expansion. Any other things you'd like to mention around perhaps support that you'd like from the public? I see there's a volunteer button there.
Yes.
Talk to us about other skills and other contributions that you would like to see.
Sure. So like I said, our strategy is dealt in, different layers. We have so many interventions that are catering for 23,000 children throughout the 4 provinces and 8,000 adults or youth. So what we always call for is that beyond monetary support, we are all about interventions that could support our health and nutrition as a whole, because we also go into informal settlements and give these teachings, ECD related support. We are all about having gender equality mainstream interventions. We have a teenage girls clubs, a boys clubs, wherein we are giving computer literacy as well through the after school and academic support. So there's a vast of support tokens that the public can support our organization with. But in relation to the food security, the sky is the limit. Anything related to agri for us to grow, even maybe to move to the Eastern Cape as well, because I'm learning that the Eastern Cape is also really hit hard by poverty. Anything related to food security is most open. I welcome the listeners to visit our website, our Facebook page, and there they will see all the different interventions. on our Facebook page, our TikTok page. That's where we upload all the different activities that we have on a daily basis, Monday to Friday. So we are open for everything public. We are really open for everything. And from time to time, we also have co-facilitation that would, come in and teach our young people about starting off something of their own, career expos. So we are also open in you guys inviting us and our young people or our children from the different interventions, wherein they can see life outside their communities, where shame is a popular thing that is said in our communities, but to see that life is bigger than their circumstance at the present moment. So we are really open for everything. I'm not going to be exact. Please search our socials. You will see that there is always something to give to the kind of work that we are doing as ACFS Community Education.
So deserving, absolutely deserving. Smangele Sigasa, she was actually talking to us in her capacity as Assistant Programs Manager and Special Initiatives for ACFS Community Education nationwide. Doesn't that sound good? Not just Limpopo.
Sounds amazing.
Nationwide. Okay?
Sounds amazing.
Get that right. Yeah. Listen, congratulations on everything. It was wonderful to meet you. Sure. And we're going to be watching the work of your community education program very closely and supporting it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.